We recently added new functionality to the Fishing Game webpage. This portion of the site is called Ask Fishing Game. It's similar to a FAQ or a frequently asked questions list. However, it might be more accurately called Recently Asked Questions. This portion of the site is designed to capture a lot of the questions and answers that we historically have received through our general feedback form. But in that case, it's been a one-to-one. One person asking a question, one staff member answering. It doesn't scale very well. This is an attempt to take those answers and make them more readily available. So first of all, they'll all appear here in this list of the most recently asked questions, and it's kind of an index of what isn't clear and what's currently on people's minds. So right now in February, we're looking at when hunter ed classes take place, what are the rules on our fishing seasons, and can we use electronic calls for snow geese are the topics of the day. But that doesn't do us much good because it's really a broad range of things. It makes a lot more sense in context. So we can view simply the list of questions about moose, for example, and that filters the list down to a much more palatable size and a much more specific context. We can then take these contexts, these list of questions, and embed them on other parts of the site. For example, this list might belong in the side of the page about moose hunting. Here's an example of that on the Idaho Wildlife Summit page. Here, down on the sidebar, we're showing recent questions and answers about the summit. And as new questions are answered, they will automatically appear here. This is similar to the functionality you see on TurboTax when you're looking at a specific part of the 1040. And as you're in there on the sidebar, you notice people who have asked questions and received answers about that part of the tax code. We can do the same thing for our regulations, for our boundaries, for our equipment rules, and information about species. In addition to a catalog of answered questions, we also have the ability for anyone to ask a new question. You can choose to ask a question anonymously, or you can log in. If it's anonymous, you're simply asked to optionally provide an email address. If you choose to log in, there's a little bit more functionality that you can take advantage of. For example, here I'm choosing to log in via Yahoo as my dog, and my dog has asked a few questions already and received answers, which in addition to the main list of questions, she can see the questions that she specifically has already asked and the answers that she's received. In addition, when she asks a new question, she does not have to provide her email address, and in this case she's interested about seasons on white-fronted geese. She can ask a question, optionally provide a description of that question with more information, and she can choose whether she wants to be notified on answering. When anyone uploads a question, they can add their own categories or tags or not. In this case, maybe an appropriate category would be goose and hunting. And in this case, she likes to call white-fronted geese specks. I'm going to bet there is no such tag in here, but she can type it, and hitting enter, it gets added to the list of tags. And finally, she can ask her question. At this point, an email has been sent to IDFG Communications where they'll be able to assign the question to someone who can best answer it. When the question is answered, she will receive an email, my dog that is, that the question has been answered. And also, when different Fishing Game staff are assigned the question, they'll receive an email so they're notified, and establishes a workflow that makes sure that questions that are asked are answered.